Alright, the Reds, it is the preview show, previewing the game at Wolverhampton, 3 p.m. on Saturday. Got Rob Gutman with me to do the previewing. These games come around so fast, don't they? I haven't even been home after the Everton game yet. True story. But that was, of course, Liverpool's biggest league win at Everton since they won 5-0 in November 1982. They've now scored 43 league goals this season, more than any other side in Europe's big 5 leagues, and ahead even of Bayern Munich, who always score loads, but they've scored 42, so we're beating even them. And in taking Everton apart as well, we've also set a new record of scoring 2 or more goals in 18 successive games. So Wolves, as ever, will not be looking forward to facing the mighty Reds. And I know you like a bet, Rob, so I always like to bring this up. You like to sort of back the opposition sometimes, just in case we get beaten, then you've got at least got some dough coming your way.
Compo.
They are 7-1, Wolves, to win this game, so not very fancied there. Liverpool 5-2 on, and 15-4 for the draw. Their recent form then, they drew with Burnley 0-0, they drew with Norwich 0-0, they beat West Ham 1-0 at home on the 20th of November, and before that they lost to Palace. They also narrowly beat Everton on the 1st of November. They won 2-1, and before that a draw with Leeds. You've been looking into Wolves, Rob. What you reckon? Are you worried about this one? Are we going to go and sweep them away? Will it be a tough game? What do you think?
If I'm not worried, no, and I do think we'll win. It's a bit tricky in that we've played a lot of games in a short space of time, and there's a few injuries are still around the midfield area, so you wonder where the refreshment can come from. And there's the injury to Bobby Firmino ongoing, so you don't see an obvious change in the front three. So I'm worried from that point of view, but then conversely, they've played a lot of football. I was looking at their lineups the last 2 games. I mean, 2 crappy draws there for them, Norwich and Burnley. They made 2 changes between the 2 games. Makado came out last night for Traore, and Adi and Donker came in for Neves. But that's the only 2 changes, so they will have similar, tiredness issues to us, I think. I'm intrigued as to whether Klopp thinks we just play through it with the same 11 or same 10 again. I don't know, and that's the only concern, because form-wise, I mean, you look at Wolves' results the last, 5 games, they've scored hardly any goals, but they're not conceding either.
Only scored 12 all season in the league.
Yeah, so, you think they're a team you take the game to. The only time I've really watched them is I saw them play Villa, and they played quite well and beat Villa. That's about 6 or 7, that's way back in October now. But since then, not really scored. Don't think they scored twice. They scored 2 goals in 2 games, but apart from that, it's 0s and 1s. It's very, very poor, really, from an attacking sense. But conversely, they seem quite tight. There's a solid back 4 they got with Connor Cody, tying it all together, and they're not conceding goals. So, we're going to have to be at our creative best, you'd think.
Yeah, Liverpool in 3rd, 2 points behind the leaders, Chelsea, right now, and Wolves in 6th. And as Rob says there, they've scored 12 and they've conceded 12. Just not a lot of goals generally in their games. In terms of how we've been getting on against them in recent times, the last game we played against them was at Molineux. We won 1-0 March 2021. Before that, we won 4-0 at Anfield. There was a 2-1 win at Molineux before that, a 1-0 win at Anfield before that, and a 2-0 win at Anfield before that. So, we've been pretty successful against them in general as well. 14 games head-to-head in the Premier League. Liverpool have won 11 of those. And Wolves have won only once against Liverpool, and that was the Hodgson era. And as I always say, that doesn't count. It's also now a legit 3-way battle for the title, Rob. I mean, you look at the top of the league now. Chelsea 33, City 32, Liverpool 31, and then West Ham now significantly back on 24 in 4th. Considering that for the moment as well, Chelsea played before us away at West Ham, 12:30 kick-off. City play after us, Watford away at R5. And sort of disregarding the opposition for a moment. And we were sort of doing that with Everton. I was like, really want to beat Everton, really want to smash Everton. But also, a draw was no good for us there last night. We had to go and win. And so it proved with the other 2 winning. There's that pressure on now, isn't there? Because, we always used to talk, didn't we? If you're top or nearly top at Christmas, then you are in a title race. This is a title race now between those 3.
Yeah, I mean, I was tracking the other scores while our game was going on. I was sat at Goodison yesterday, or stood at Goodison. and you're sort of hopeful something will break, and Chelsea were level with Watford for most of that game.
All right, the Reds, thanks very much for getting stuck into that little snippet there of Anfield Wrap content. If you want the rest of that show and much more besides, click the link below, subscribe to the Anfield Wrap Premium, and for that you will get reviews, previews, exclusive interviews, post-match content, the full it. Get involved, follow us, follow them from the heart of Liverpool. Up the Reds.